Europe has cities that announce themselves the moment you arrive. They perform. They pose. They ask for your attention. And then there are cities that do none of that. Some gems glow quietly. Along Portugal's northern coast lies a city that never chased the spotlight, yet shaped global trade, culture, and taste. This is Porto, a city of steep streets, tiled facades, river views, and stories aged like wine. So what makes Porto so special, and why does it still feel like Europe's best-kept coastal secret? How Porto is different from other European cities? Unlike many European cities that polished themselves for tourism, Porto stayed honest. It is raw in places, steep, narrow, and unapologetically real. The city rises and falls with the Douro River, creating dramatic viewpoints at almost every turn. Porto does not feel staged. Laundry hangs from balconies. Locals argue football. Cafes feel lived in, not curated. Architecturally, Porto blends medieval roots, Baroque churches, iron bridges, and blue azulejo tiles that tell stories on walls instead of in museums. It feels less like a postcard city and more like a conversation you slowly understand. If you enjoy discovering European cities beyond the usual postcards, hidden gems, quiet legends, and places that feel real, subscribe to the channel. Important locations that define Porto. At the heart of Porto is Ribeira, a colorful riverside district where houses stack like painted blocks and life spills onto the streets. Connecting Porto to Vila Nova da Gaia is the iconic Dom Luís I Bridge, offering one of the most breathtaking city views in Europe. Book lovers flock to Livraria Lello, often called one of the world's most beautiful bookstores. And watching over it all stands Porto Cathedral, grounding the city in centuries of history. Food, culture, and the story of port wine. Porto's culture is deeply tied to taste. This is the birthplace of port wine, aged in cellars across the river in Vila Nova da Gaia before traveling the world. Wine here is not a luxury. It is heritage. Food is bold and comforting. The famous Francesina sandwich is layered, heavy, and unapologetic, much like the city itself. Meals are social, slow, and grounded. Porto eats like it lives, with sincerity. Other fascinating facts about Porto. Porto's historic center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, preserved without feeling frozen. The city gave its name to the entire country of Portugal, a reminder of its historic importance. Despite its beauty, Porto remains more affordable than many Western European destinations, keeping mass tourism at bay. And just minutes away, the Atlantic Ocean crashes into the city at Foz do Douro, giving Porto both river soul and ocean breath. Porto does not try to impress you. It invites you to understand it. It is imperfect, emotional, steep, and soulful. A city where history is worn, not polished. Where wine ages slowly, and so do memories. In a continent full of famous destinations, Porto stands apart by staying true to itself. And that might be what makes Porto not just special, but unforgettable. If you love travel stories rooted in geography, culture, and authenticity, subscribe for more European cities that deserve the spotlight.